Okay. Now since we have learned to use proper HTML structure, so there is one more very important advantage of using this proper HTML structure. As we know, our system provides us few inbuilt font for us to use. Here we have used Arial, but the number of font provided by our PC is limited, and if we want to use some other kind of font which is not available in our system, then how can we do that? So here comes this HTML structure, very handy for us. Now we'll be learning how to load any font other than the font provided by our system. For that we'll go to Google and search Google Fonts, and there you will click the first link, and inside here you can download any font of your choice. There are tons of different fonts available in Google Font. So this font looks very cool. So let's download this for a while. So click on that font, press get font, and here press get embedded code. There you will scroll down, you will see this code. So copy this code from here and paste it inside our head element. Now we have pasted this font, and now save this, and then go to our CSS file, and there we need to change the name of the font. So the name of the font is this. Let's copy this from here and paste it here. Now let's save this, and there we go. We have successfully downloaded a font from Google and used it in our web page. So this is the way how you can download any font from Google Fonts and use it in your project. Till now we have learned how to style text, how to style button, and now we'll be learning how to style an image. First of all, how to upload an image on the web page. Either we can upload the image on this page only, or we can create another file for image. Let's create another file called image.html, and here we'll follow the proper HTML structure. First write doc type HTML, then write HTML, close it. Inside this first write head element. First of all, we can give title in the head element. For that, write title, and in here we can write let's say pictures. Save this. First of all, let's open this in our web browser. Okay, now here we have the web page. There is nothing on the page since we have not even made the body element, but we have changed this name to pictures. Now create a body element. Now in here we want to load an image. For practice, I have generated this image from AI. We'll be using this picture to practice styling images. Its name is image35.jpeg. Now to upload an image on the web page, we have a special element called image element. Write img and then space. It takes the attribute of src, which is the short form for source, and inside this src you need to give the URL for this image. Since this image file is right next to our HTML file, so we can directly give the name of this image, write img 35 and jpeg. Now close this tag. One more thing that I would like to tell you, this image element is just like the link element that we had earlier. Their href attribute was used for file path, and here we have src. And one more common thing between image element and link element is They both are void element. What is a void element? The element which does not have any closing tag. This image just starts but it never closes. They do not close a void element. There are few void elements in HTML. These two we have seen till now. Now let's save this file, and there we got our image. It's pretty big because it covers the entire web page. That's why let me show you this in the full screen. See, this is the image. Now we can style this image just like we have styled other elements. For that, first of all, we need to give a class attribute to our image element. Write class and class name, let's write image only, img. Save this, and for style we can style this in this file only, and or we can create another CSS file and write our style code in that. Let's do that only. Create a file called image.css, and also let's put this file in our styles folder only. Here we need to target this image class, so we'll write dot img, open and close curly brackets, and inside this, first of all, let's give height to this image. Height, let's say 400 pixels. Save this. You cannot tell whether the style is applied or not because this CSS file is not linked to our HTML file till now. For that, let's link it. Link relation style sheet hypertext reference, and now we need to give the file path for our text.css. Let's write first styles and then image.css. Let's close this for a file. Now close this tag. See, this is also a void element because we are not closing this element. Save this. Yeah. Now the styles of image.css is applied to this image. Now we can give anything like one thing that you might have noticed now, we have only given this image height property, but the width automatically changed. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say, for example, let's increase the height, and you will see the width will also be increasing. Let's save this. Did you saw that? Now this is happening because of a feature of CSS. When we give a height to an image, CSS automatically gives a width to that image such that the image keeps its proportion. And here, if we additionally give any width property, let's say 300 pixels, and since now we have given the width and height, let's save this. See, since we have forced the image to be 500 pixel of height and 300 pixel of width, the image gets compressed. That is why usually we should avoid giving both height and width. Now there is one more property called object fit. Its default value is fill. What does this mean? This height and width that we have given is actually the space that we have allotted for this image on the web page. Object fit fill means this image will cover the entire area provided by us on the web page. Now we have seen our image got compressed, but if you do not want your image to get compressed but you want this height and width only, then you can use object fit cover. See, now the proportion of image remains original only, but since we have forced the image for the specific height and width, the image cropped itself to be this height. Now by default the image gets cropped in the middle only, means the cutout region of right part and left part is equal. Now what you will do if you want the right side of the image and not the center one, then there is a property called object position, and here you can write right. Save this. See, now the right portion is visible and left portion got cropped. You can even write left and by default it is center. Now for object fit there is one more value that we can give, which is contain, which means it does not matter what is the height of the image provided and width, the proportion of image will remain original like this one, but the full image will be visible no matter if you leave some extra spaces up here and here. Now to show the extra space, what we can do is we can give a border to this image. Let's write border style solid, border color green, and border width 3 pixels. Save this. Now this is the actual size of the image that we have provided, 500 pixel height and 300 pixel width. Now you can even set this image whether you want it this to be at the top or at the bottom. For that, write object position top and save this. Now it will move to top, or in the same way you can write bottom. Now this was enough about image. There are a lot of things to learn, but for now let's keep it this only.